Hello everyone and welcome to today's lesson, Formal and Informal Emails. In this video, we will learn how to compose informal letters and the differences between formal and informal email writing. We will learn how to compose an informal email and compare both formal and informal emails based on sentence complexity, modal verbs, vocabulary, and how we open and close our messages.
Emails are one of the most common ways we communicate in professional and personal life. Using the right style is important because the same message can sound professional and polite or casual and friendly, depending on how we write it. Let's begin with sentence complexity. In formal emails, sentences are usually longer and more complex. Writers often use subordinate clauses. For example, "I would appreciate it if you could confirm your attendance at the meeting scheduled for Friday afternoon." In informal emails, sentences are short, simple, and direct. For example, "Can you come to the meeting on Friday?" Complex sentences in formal writing sound more polite and professional, while short sentences in informal writing sound friendly and straightforward. Next, let's talk about modal verbs. In formal emails, we often use modal verbs such as could, would, might, and should. These show politeness and indirectness. For example, "I would be grateful if you could send me the report." In informal emails, we use fewer modals, or we choose more direct ones like can or will. For example, "Can you send me the report?" Notice how the formal version softens the request, while the informal version sounds direct and casual. Vocabulary is another important difference. In formal emails, we prefer multisyllabic words or more sophisticated vocabulary. For example, purchase instead of buy, assist instead of help, or request instead of ask. In informal emails, we often use everyday vocabulary and phrasal verbs, such as buy, help, or ask. The choice of vocabulary makes formal writing sound professional and official, while informal vocabulary makes writing sound natural and friendly. Contractions are also important. In formal writing, we generally avoid contractions. Instead of can't we write cannot, and instead of don't we write do not. In informal writing, contractions are very common. For example, "I can't make it to the meeting," or "I don't think that's a good idea." Avoiding contractions in formal writing adds seriousness and professionalism, while using them in informal writing makes the tone conversational. Now let's compare how we start emails. In formal emails, we use polite and structured openings such as "Dear Mr. Smith" or "Dear Sir" or "Madam." These show respect and professionalism. In informal emails, we use casual greetings like "Hi Alex," or even just "Hey." Formal openings are expected in workplace or academic contexts, while informal greetings create a friendly, relaxed atmosphere. Closings are just as important as openings. In formal emails, we use respectful sign-offs like "yours sincerely" or "kind regards." These leave a professional impression. In informal emails, we can close with casual phrases like "best," "see you," or simply "thanks." Your closing signals the relationship you have with the recipient, formal with colleagues or superiors, informal with friends or close coworkers. So to summarize, formal emails, longer sentences, modal verbs for politeness, sophisticated vocabulary, no contractions, polite openings and closings. Informal emails, shorter sentences, direct requests, everyday words and phrasal verbs, frequent contractions, casual greetings, and sign-offs. The key idea is, choose the style that fits your context and your audience. You may pay attention to the language clues given by the first sender if you are responding to an email. Formal email example. Subject: request for information regarding training. "Dear Miss Johnson, I hope this message finds you well. I am writing to request further information about the upcoming training program scheduled for next month. Could you kindly provide me with the detailed agenda, the list of required materials, and any preparatory readings? I would also appreciate it if you could let me know the registration deadline. Thank you very much for your assistance. Yours sincerely, Daniel Brown." In this email, the sentences are longer and more complex, often containing subordinate clauses. For example, "I would also appreciate it if you could let me know the registration deadline." This type of structure makes the message sound polite and professional. The modal verbs used here, would and could, soften the request, making it indirect and respectful. Instead of demanding information, the sender politely requests it. The vocabulary is more formal and multisyllabic, with words like request, information, appreciate, assistance. These words give the email a serious and professional tone. Formal emails use longer sentences, modal verbs, multisyllabic words, and formal openings and closings. Informal emails are shorter, more direct, and use contractions and everyday vocabulary.